I've always been really drawn to mermaids because of the mythical qualities that they have. I've always found them very inspiring and imaginative. I grew up watching The Little Mermaid and Disney movies all about princesses and fairy tales, and there's just such a creative element to it, and there's something otherworldly, but they also have such a connection to their environment and the ocean, and that's something I felt as a person, such a connection to the water and the ocean. Water has such healing and calming properties, and I feel that being a mermaid, I'm able to harness that in my personality as well. My name is Stephanie Brown, and I perform as Raina the Halifax Mermaid. I'm currently a student in the Bachelor of Education program at Mount St. Vincent. I'm entering into my final year. I also have a degree in child and youth development, and I work as an early childhood educator with children of all ages and needs. I've worked with children as young as 18 months, and I've worked with children as the mermaid up to about 12, 13, but I also do have a lot of teenagers that find it very interesting, and they'll come up and ask me questions and try and find out about mermaiding. My friends are very supportive of what I do. They're my main networking. They're always advertising for me and helping me book different gigs and birthday parties. Their children love it. I had a very difficult childhood. One of my parents had a lot of mental illness and alcoholism, and using my imagination was a really big escape for me to help me deal with that. And I realized that a lot of children have trouble regulating their emotions, and one of the things I do as a mermaid is I give out mermaid stones, and they're just essentially worry stones, and I show children that they can rub them when they're angry, and it's a really good way to deal with that emotion. But I also recognize the value of imagination as a coping skill, and having a childhood where I don't have a lot of happy memories, I also realize that I can give children a happy memory. I don't know their stories. Some children have wonderful backgrounds. Some children are loved. Some children are not. Some children are not taken care of, and you don't know their stories, and it's just so nice and wonderful to be able to give them at least a happy memory. My favorite thing about being a mermaid is seeing the looks on children's faces when they see me. They're not quite sure if it's real. They know that mermaids don't exist, but the tail is so realistic, and especially when I flap it, they're really just like put out of their minds, and they love to come up and ask me questions and touch it, and just seeing that I've sparked their curiosity and imagination and knowing that I've left that impression with them is just the best thing about being a mermaid.